Today marks 1640th day of daily lessons, daily reflections. Yesterday I discussed about 7 signs of alignment, and I shared that I am the most aligned ever been in my life, and of course that gives me the most importantly, peace. There's a lot of things that in my life I still need to improve, but knowing that you are taking the right actions, that is probably one of the best things for you, because as I said, that brings peace, and peace at this point in my life is one of the key aspects of really joy, bliss, content in life. And when I think about misalignment, 7 signs of misalignment, this misalignment is that sometimes I think that when we're going through a tough season, when we don't do the things that we're supposed to do, sometimes we can blame wrong things. We maybe procrastinate, and we start to think that maybe we are lazy. Maybe we start to bring the that 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 house to put labels on ourselves. We are not capable. We are not confident. We are not enough, or whatever it is that we could potentially blame ourselves for that. But in a sense, of course, misalignment is our fault, but it's not who we are. It's just our behavior is misaligned. So now we need to really align ourselves just to make sure that we know who we are, because sometimes we misalign because we think we are one person, but we actually different, because we are growing the mask that we are putting on ourselves to protect our image from people that sometimes even not worthy enough of us. So 7 signs of misalignment. Number one is you constantly negotiate with yourself. Even saying that I will start tomorrow is negotiation. What I learned in life as well, that when you really think about doing something, and I said that I will start running in the morning, like I will start running in the mornings. So when you thought that you will start running in the morning, okay, go for a run right now. Go for a run right now. Start. You didn't start it in the morning. Doesn't matter. You started already. You build momentum, and I think that's one of the most beautiful things. When you when you think about start something, start and first do it right now. Start the momentum. Start the momentum no matter what. He said he will start running on Sundays, or go right now. Just build momentum. Because otherwise, we will negotiate. And the first thing that we negotiate is starting tomorrow. Or one of the biggest things that I learned as well is just this once. I used to be athlete. I needed to lose weight, and people always used to try to negotiate me, like, oh, just one meal, just one thing, just one exercise, just one day. Like, no, like when you make commitment, there's no just once, because when you open it for once, it will go through like a floodgates. So we need to really build that internal authority to be able to not negotiate when you say this is it and that's it, and just make a statement. Number two of misalignment sign is you seek quick relief more than long-term clarity. So when something is bothering, anxiety, or you hyper aroused, you looking how to reduce that hyper arousal rather than looking into core understanding what it is, where that coming from. Why am I hyper aroused in the first place? Why I have this anxiety in the first place? Because that could be, it's easy to avoid, not to think about, to numb yourself from all the thoughts, scroll, distract. Those are very, very simple ways to really remove that urgency to really think that and really look into. Because when we live in misalignment, sometimes we are so misaligned, just insane how badly we misalign, and that looking in that picture is so hard, so uncomfortable that we sometimes move away from it. And the biggest thing that we really, when we want to really live a aligned life, we'll need to go through the pain and suffering to really see what is underneath of it. And then, of course, we're able to work on that alignment. And sometimes when I think about misalignment, of course, is not the topic of today, is that we need to ask who put you in that misalignment. Now, of course, we take fault, because if he had very low self-esteem, low self-respect, and those things potentially could allow to come in wrong people who really misalign you so badly that now you need to recover from that. But the part was that we didn't have self-respect, we didn't have self-love, and those things must be developed before actually able to heal and align yourself. Number three, you feel low grade guilt and anxiety for no clear reason. And that's again, sometimes it's like, even though that things feels pretty calm, pretty clear, and everything seems pretty normal, but you still feel some kind of anxiety, some kind of uncomfortable feeling. And that shows that even though that in your life that you have built right now, it seems everything is stable, but your inner world still saying that even though that this life is looks pretty good, but is not who I would like to be. There's other things that I will love to do. There's other things that I love to become, even though that those are things that you have built looks great. But maybe look inside what your values, direction, vision, things that you would love to do is actually saying you, and being able to listen to that whisper, because sometimes we sabotage that inner voice for so long, but if we stopped hearing it. Number four, your words and actions don't match. And this is simple. When you look into, okay, like, what do you say and what you do? What you say and what you do. It's like say do ratio is one of the biggest keys to real success in life. If you say so many things, and sometimes first thing is just being able to really stop speaking so much, so stop promising so much, stop making so many commitments, because a lot of times that is over committing to people, over committing to yourself, and sometimes removing all the unnecessary, knowing that what is non-negotiables. And again, that's part of alignment, knowing what your non-negotiables. And with non-negotiables, when you do those negotiables, when you have said that I have spare room right now, then are you able to say yes to more things. But until you know exactly this is my non-negotiables, I have enough energy, I have enough resources for my non-negotiables, because sometimes it's saying no, and you don't have no time even for non-negotiables. So where do you say yes to? And again, that your words and actions don't match, and then there's a lot of times that is coming from overcommitting. And sometimes people say that I want to do that, but they don't believe themselves, and that I don't do it. They would love to do it, but they have fears and anxieties. And as again, say do a ratio is extremely important, and sometimes we need to develop slowly. And sometimes we really say that I'm going to Everest. Hey, maybe you don't need to go to Everest. Maybe you're able to realize like some kind of close by a smaller mountain. Maybe 1K elevation, then 2K elevation, 3K elevation. Maybe we don't need to really go after 7K immediately. And that's like very important to really build that say-do ratio. Number five, you avoid things that would clearly improve your life. And that's a part avoiding like having that conversation, fixing your thing, starting a project, addressing the problem. There are so many things that potentially could be that is in your face, but you are dodging that, and sometimes is probably the most important thing to really start living in alignment is going through that one thing, that urgent thing that was in your face, but you're not willing to face it. I was in that as well. So like I think that there's a lot of people in that, and I forgot which one I said that if other people would watch your life as a movie, what would they say that you need to do right now? What would they say? What they say? Even shout like, "This is what you need to do." And it was this again. I don't remember who the speaker mentioned this exactly analogy or example, but I really loved it. If people would watch a movie right now, your life as a movie, what would they say? What you would you supposed to do? And most likely you will know exactly the answer that what you're supposed to do. Deep down, you know what you're supposed to do, and that would put you in alignment. Number six, you rely on external validation to feel okay. So that means you're looking for praise, attention, results, other people reactions, and putting more information on social media because of pictures, videos, or whatsoever. And sometimes you can really use social media to really just from alignment, and sometimes we can do it from misalignment. Maybe we post on social media to get that praise, to get validation, because we don't feel enough. So if other people say that what I'm doing, what I'm uh, working on it right now, if they say that is great, that means it's great. And even my YouTube channel, this is my own validation. This is for my own personal view that is important. I'm fully aligned with that. It's just maybe at the moment I don't focus on really developing even people and the viewers, subscribers, but this is my alignment. I don't need external validation or praise from other people to feel great about my work. And the last one, number 7, you feel scattered and mentally cluttered. There's so many intentions that you want to do, vague plans, things that you should do, decisions that you postpone. There's so many hows and things always that seem so many things in your mind. And even when you have that thought or feeling that there's so many things in your life, in your hands, in your plate, that's what shows misalignment. And again, the most important things from creating alignment is simplify life, removing everything. Sometimes it's great, like, and maybe it's a blessing for me that when I went through January, I totally fully shut down, didn't do anything, and that was really a blessing for me. I had an option to do that. Some people, and of course, they don't have the resources to take a full month off, but I had an option to have full month off, and that really allowed me to remove everything from my plate and really look into what's supposed to be in my plate. And that's just a beautiful thing that's really builds slowly that alignment. But of course, that's the dangerous place when you start adding little by little. And at some point, you still need to remove things out because it's very easy to add something that does actually not belong in your plate, in your life. And that's important that when you feel scattered, when you feel clustered, when you're cluttered, that means that there is some kind of misalignment comes into your life. It is time to really remove things out of your life, decision, thoughts, or something that is okay. You need to finish those loops because sometimes we open the loops and we have so many loops in head, and you really start to finishing those loops or moving all together because they are non-negotiable things that is not adding value whatsoever. So I hope you just reflect on this topic because I think this is extremely important, probably one of the most important things. Because if you're not aligned, all the resources that you allocate in life, energy, money, relationship build, could be totally off because this is not what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to be, with whom you're supposed to be. And this is extremely important topic, extremely, extremely. So I hope that you reflect on that, and I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.